Welcome, everybody, to the Anime Refuge podcast. We're here with our, is it our fourth mini-sode so far?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because we've done Jujutsu, Attack on Titan, Dr. Stone, and now another seasonal that has ended recently, Mushoku Tensei, or Jobless Reincarnation. So today we're going to be talking about all about that, this new isekai, what it's about, what we thought of it, and, all that type of stuff. So, and...
Just like the last minisode, Ethan isn't here because he hasn't seen it.
Yeah, unfortunately, he didn't watch it. But we do have another guest with us, Kiyan. He was here for Attack on Titan, and were you here for Jujutsu?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, you were here for Attack on Titan, though.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks for having me back.
Yep, welcome back. So yeah, I guess we can just get right into it. What did you guys expect going into it?
I'm not really sure what I expected. I mean, I saw clips of like the really good animation in this show, so I thought it was just gonna be like a really well animated isekai with like some magical powers. Because I saw like the whole like water ball thing they had was just like pretty cool.
I heard it was a good isekai, and there was a lot of like really disturbing, lolly stuff going on. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be as going into it. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it wasn't too uncomfortable. Still
Yeah.
was able to watch the whole thing.
Apparently the manga's worse. So.
Yeah, I have heard that the source material goes a little farther into that stuff. Thankfully, the anime toned it down a little bit. But yeah, me going into it as well. This is actually the first isekai I've ever seen. Haven't seen ReZero. Haven't seen Konosuba.
What the heck?
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
You're behind, dude.
And I see like a new one, and I was very impressed by it animation wise, and it was pretty interesting story wise and stuff. It kept me very captivated. So I feel like I now have these high standards for an isekai. So if I ever watch something like Konosuba or something, which I've heard is funny but not like the best anime, I might not enjoy it as much now. I'll be like, man, it's not as good as Mushoku though.
There's at least one new isekai every season, so you gotta catch up, my dude. Gotta catch up on the isekai trash.
I saw ReZero, Shield Hero, and Konosuba before this, and I think this is better than Konosuba and maybe Shield Hero.
The only isekai I plan on watching after this is ReZero, because I've never really been into the isekai genre, but after trying this one out since it was a seasonal, I was just like, hey, it's a seasonal, let me try it. And I enjoyed it, so I was like, hey, I'll give ReZero a shot later.
Yeah. It's like the most popular and most highly rated one.
Yeah, and I heard season 2 is popping off. Like, it was up there with, like, Attack on Titan ratings for, like, weekly episodes and stuff. People were really loving that.
I really need to watch it because I still haven't seen season 2 ReZero.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta watch part 2. I watched part 1, season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll watch that next.
So when we started it, like, what did you guys think? For example, I thought in the beginning, I was hooked from the very beginning because it's generic, but it's not generic at the same time, like, because isekai itself is generic with the guy dying and getting reborn, but it was kind of cool how he was, it referred to his past a lot, which, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of isekai to compare, but it didn't feel too generic.
Yeah, I thought it was like way more unique than most isekai out there. Just because like you never really hear of like an old guy being like reincarnated, and not just that, but an old guy being reincarnated into a kid's body. So like, it's definitely different because normally it's like a college age student or like a high school student or something like that.
Yeah, one of the degenerates with us.
I mean, it's unique in the sense that you go from like being an adult to being a kid, reincarnated as a kid, but it is very generic in the way in which the person dies.
Yeah.
And how in isekai it's always like,
hit by
trash.
a vehicle.
It's always the deplorable who gets transferred into another world to save it. It's like, so it's not that unique. It like Truck-kun is like a meme where, always someone dies. Someone's always dying from a truck and then getting transferred to another world. Nothing wrong with that. It's kind of funny at this point.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's like, man, another truck. Even when I saw it, like, as my first isekai, I'm like, wow, I've already, like, heard of so many isekai that have that, where they get hit by a truck.
Yeah, I think the reason why isekai tend to do that is because, like, it just trying to take someone who's like kind of like an outcast or like someone who's kind of fucked up in the real world, and then like give them a chance to like improve, like in a second life.
I think isekai do that to make it more relatable to their audience, right?
Because like it could be
Yeah.
anybody. Anybody
Yeah,
could be hit by a
exactly.
truck.
That guy was an otaku, you know, gaming all day,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
kind of like maybe me and other
Just like
people in this
us.
podcast.
Yeah.
So you know, maybe we get you know, transferred to another world, get some big titty waifus up in here, get some superpowers. Like, you never know.
I did
Where's
like
Raccoon at? Please hit me.
I did like the all of the like during his coming of age he was comparing himself to his old self and he was like, I don't want to be like that again and I gotta, study and work hard in this world and stuff like that. And that was kind of interesting because he kept referring to his old self, and that was where one of the big well, not one of the big, but one of the small obstacles in the story was that he never wanted to go outside because he was scared that he was gonna get bullied like his old self. And then when he finally does go out with the girl, is her name Roxy or
Yeah.
yeah, when he goes out with Roxy for the first time and people are looking at normal and whatnot, he's like, oh wow, I can, start new and actually go out into the world.
Yeah.
Man, that guy got bullied pretty hard, dude. They stripped his ass. Like, what?
That
Like,
was
who does
crazy,
that?
dude. Oh
Like,
my
when does
gosh.
that ever happen?
That was a little exaggerated, but oh
Yo,
my
dude, maybe
God.
that's the shit that happens in Japan. You never know.
that
Okay?
that would be crazy. You just
Yeah.
rip off a kid's clothes? That Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's so
that's kind of
disturbing.
homo, dude. Not gonna lie.
Homo and disturbing AF.
Yo,
Uh
let me see how big your dick is.
yeah. And then I like how there was that, whole drama stuff with it was like a small drama in the beginning of the first arc where, the dad wasn't faithful and stuff like that. And you just see like I don't know, it's kind of like slice of life ish stuff happening during the beginning while
Yeah.
he's
Slice
just
of a fucked
learning.
up life.
Yes.
Sli-
Slice of a normal effed up life, like reality.
Yeah, if it was like a drama, yeah, where like your dad cheats on your
Yeah. And
on
then he
your
has a
mate,
kid and then like or
and
she
then
has a kid and there's two kids and they're like
and then they
it's
decide to
awkward.
live together instead of
Yeah.
uh,
And then she's just like,
that's
"Oh, might
the
as well just stay here, whatever."
yeah,
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So it does have some it can get a little weird too. They had like that weird moment with Roxy, hearing the mom and dad doing it and she was just by
Oh,
the
that
wall.
was when
And
I
then
saw
the
that.
protagonist sees
Yeah,
it and he's like, "Oh shit."
I think that was probably the most not disturbing, but most surprising scene in like the
Yeah.
anime, like compared to the one later on where the tsundere gets kind of fondled and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, when
Yeah.
you see her, jacking off outside the room was kind of yikes, dude.
Yeah. Kind of
Apparently, the
unexpected.
maid was doing it too.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think so, yeah, because she
Dude, I don't
was
blame
Yeah.
him if you hear
she
that.
had her
If you hear that,
desires or something like
if you hear that every night,
that.
Yeah.
it's only natural, dude. It's the human body. It's beautiful.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's beautiful. It's art. Okay, we don't have to go there. Um, one of the things that I didn't like that I wished it would have gone more into was the green-haired girl that he met, like where he grew up,
Oh yeah.
because she was kind of there in the first arc, and once he went on, I mean, she's obviously gonna come back, but we never got to
Yeah.
see any more of her this season.
Yeah. Can't wait. She'll be like, I don't know when we'll see her, but she might change completely by the time we
Mhm.
Yeah.
revisit her. But
They did show her like a little bit towards the end, and she was like a bit more independent, less shy now,
oh
and
yeah,
not getting
yeah.
bullied anymore.
When she visited their home
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
like talked to their mom and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that first arc kind of ended, because the dad is just like, he just like takes his son and he's like, okay, you're going over here to like work here for 3 years or something like that.
Yeah, that escalated pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's like you're doing training and it's like, oh, boom, send you off to this like different place for
I mean,
fucking 3 years.
speaking of his dad, like, what a terrible dad. Like, honestly, though,
Yeah,
like,
it was.
like he talks to this like how old is he? Like He's like 10 or something, right? Maybe
Yeah.
younger. He talks to him about girls in a very,
Oh.
inappropriate manner. If I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
Like my
Yeah.
dad didn't talk to me
Like
like that till I was like 18.
yeah, like
You know?
he doesn't give two fudges, but he probably knows that his son's smart or something because he kept doing shit.
So yeah, like Rudius, the main character, he's shown like multiple times that he's like really smart for his age. Like he's like basically an adult in like a kid's body, like
Yeah.
which he literally is. But
Yeah,
yeah,
the way that he talks to his parents sometimes, wasn't it when he's talking to his dad when his dad was being an asshole to him and he was like, I could leave right now or something like that. And he's like, but I won't because I'm the better man. You know what I mean? Like
I remember that.
yeah.
he was the more
I,
mature one in the conversation.
like I remember his dad was getting mad at him because he like beat up this bully, and
Yeah,
then
for some
and
stupid
then
reason.
yeah, because like the mom came to the dad and she was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Um, but then the dad was like getting mad at Rudius, so he wouldn't give him time to explain. And then Rudius was like, "What the fuck? You're not even giving me time to explain. What? You're a terrible dad."
And but he was super calm the whole time, which was very interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
He was down to earth
And it
and he
was
waited for his dad to calm down. And then his dad eventually was like, sorry. It was so weird seeing the dad like apologize to his, 8, 10-year-old son. Like, oh man,
he was like
I'm sorry,
logically
kid.
breaking down his dad's argument, like
Yeah, it was so great. It's like, dang, you really got outplayed, dad.
because it's funny because like the main character is technically older than his dad, like in
Yeah,
real life.
yeah, it's so weird to think about. uh, do you want to talk about the second arc now?
Hmm?
When he gets shipped off?
Yeah, sure. I think it's a good segue.
So, yeah. So we've talked a lot about the first arc, but then out of nowhere, his dad's like, "Yo, you're gonna go spend 3 years or whatever helping this other family." Cause it's like the dad's cousin or something like that.
Yeah, the dad's
So
cousin.
they're nobles,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And so
Yes.
he has to go help his dad's cousin's noble family and help his like that cousin's daughter, which is a few years older than him, and
Yeah, I think it
she's
was
like
like
an
2 years.
asshole and super stuck up and violent.
yeah. I remember like at first I really hated her because like when she's first introduced, she like brutally beats him, like she's actually trying to kill him or something. Which is it's kind of a like scenery, but like taken to an extreme, which is really annoying. Um, but later on, I come to like her a little bit more, um, especially in like the last arc. But
I
yeah,
I do like her character development as she goes on because yeah, throughout the series she becomes more tame, understands more that she doesn't have to be this violence, and you can tell during the second arc that she gets it from her dad because her dad acts that way, super
I thought it was from her
preposterous.
grandpa.
That's his
Oh,
grandfather.
her grandpa. Yeah, that's what I meant. Her
Yeah.
grandpa,
Yeah,
the old guy. Yeah, the older guy.
I wonder what
Um,
his dad is like.
his dad is like pretty, or her dad is
yeah, the
pretty
dad's
chill.
like the cousin, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah. Okay.
the old guy is the one that acts very much like that, like super violent and
Mhm.
Yeah,
angry all the time. But anyway, it's that was this arc was like it was my least favorite definitely because I feel like they spent so much time just random slice of life, not that interesting stuff, you know?
hmm I found it kind of interesting. I mean, like just seeing like Rudius show her about like show areas about the world, like going to the markets and teaching them and stuff. Like it's kind of interesting to like see them all learn, like including Klizane, the like sword woman. She was like learning magic and stuff too.
She was a better character than I thought.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, because she
Oh,
just sat there and started learning from Rudius.
the big titty lady.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
epic scene she has where she slices them up and save them.
she's like a noble, like one of the top ranked knights or something. So
Yeah,
she's
she's
a
super
yeah,
strong,
super, super powerful.
but she doesn't know how to do
Um,
yeah,
math.
yeah, I don't think she can.
yeah.
Can she read? I
No.
don't know if she can read either.
I'm pretty sure Rudius was teaching her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she does teach Rudius, what's it called? Like demon something language?
Demon God.
Yeah, demon god language. which coincidentally connects to the arc after this one,
Yeah.
the last arc of the season, out
Yeah.
of chance. But I wasn't a huge fan just because I felt like it was kind of at a standstill. Although he was, connecting with the characters and he was learning, it felt like kind of like a filler training arc for a while.
Mm. I mean, like, I didn't really have a problem with it. I think it was like interesting enough to keep my attention. I do think it was like the slowest of the like three arcs, whatever. Um, but it was kind of cool just to see him like interact with others. Um,
Hmm.
I like how like you said, he's just like trying to be a better person than he was in the past life. So he's like just learning so much shit to become like smarter, know more about the world.
Hmm.
The whole like transition between the first and second arc was kind of forced. Like
Yeah.
when the dad like just shut like I don't know, he like hit him. Did he beat him or something? And then
I
put him
think
in the
he
cart.
did. Like because
Yeah.
I remember Rudius wakes up and he's in a wagon or something with the
Yeah.
fox girl. He's like, "What's going on?" And Dad's like, "Yeah, you're leaving here for 3 years." They didn't even get to say bye to the green-haired girl.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll go back. I'll see Sophie in 3 years. That's
Yeah,
okay."
I'll just see you
And
in
that's the
three
thing.
years.
Like, I
Once.
really liked Roxy and Sophie, and so like, they just completely go away. It kind of
It's a weird
kind of
shift.
surprised me. Yeah, it kind of changed the mood of the anime. Like, right? Because at first it was more like I felt like it was more mellow.
It was a different
Um,
direction than I expected. That's for sure.
yeah, yeah,
I thought it kind of fit well with like who the characters are, because like they're both like very direct and like kind of just very sudden. I don't know.
It fit the
And like
dad, but I felt like it was
yeah,
kind of just a little dumb for the plot. Like,
yeah. Like,
oh,
why would the mom agree to that? You
yeah.
know? Like,
The mom's like, oh, like she didn't even say bye to her son in that case.
yeah.
I
That's just
mean,
weird.
They just like
she's
see
got
him
her
like as
own
an
kid.
adult. They know he's like independent, can take care of himself. Just
That's so
yeah.
Yeah,
wacky.
he's 10. He can take care of
Yeah, he's
himself.
like 10. It's whatever.
He can go
I
and
mean, he's
teach
also
someone
crazy
magic.
strong with magic and like
Yeah, but it's still weird
smarter than they
seeing
are.
because even with their culture, I remember them saying something like it was like a younger age that you're an adult. Like what? I don't remember the age. Maybe like
15.
yeah, 15. And I mean, Rudy still isn't 15. He's like 10 or something.
Yeah,
So even in that circumstance, he's like still young, even for this world. So
yeah.
It's
that
an anime, so
it's an anime. Yeah,
what can you
he has like
what
two
can you
billion
say?
IQ, so it's fine. Anyway, yeah. Any other thoughts on that second arc?
Um, well, going back to the whole how he even got into the world, it uh like it's kind of surprising, like because in the second arc is where you see him being more studious and
Mm-hmm.
wanting to study more languages. In his first life, where he was a dirt bag, he just otaku weeb, just playing video games all day. Obviously didn't study very much, and then he comes over here, and now he's all studious and wants to study. I feel like I don't really. It's kind of like a huge change of personality. I'm just curious, like, what do you guys think actually what made him want to, study languages? I understand like being more powerful, right? In terms of
Yeah.
magic ability, like who doesn't want to be more powerful?
I mean,
But like, why do you think he like wanted to learn new languages and stuff?
I mean, personally, I think he just want. I mean, like, I don't really know why he did it, but I just say, like, I think it's more interesting this way because I don't really want to see like his past self. I think he's like pretty interesting now as like how he is in this world.
I
Because like,
think I think that like if it was me, I would say and I feel like it was him too. I mean, he just saw the world. Like he sees the new world he's in. It's like this, this new like fictional world and stuff. And then he learns that there's magic and all this stuff in games that he never thought could ever be a real thing. So when you see something that crazy, become a reality, I guess it can motivate people. Like I believe that could motivate him. Seems
mhm.
realistic. Like, oh man, like you can actually use magic, and then he learns a little of the water magic, which triggers him to want to learn more and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
made sense for me. And then he just goes into language because he's like, I want to keep learning. I want to just become the best I can in this crazy world that's super cool now.
I mean, it's not like he has like video games and stuff to distract him this world
Yeah,
anyway.
he even
So
says that in the beginning, like, oh yeah, I have no games, wah, for like a second. So he was bored, and also like it's a new world where you can learn magic just by checking out some books. And he's like, oh well, nothing else to do. Might
And
as
he's
well.
like crazy talented at magic. Like, he's like learned magic like a super young age, at like 5 or something.
Yeah, because he used to that gamer grind or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just because of like how he was like born into the world. Because like a lot of isekai protagonists tend to be like kind of like strong, with the exception of like Konosuba and ReZero, because like they're supposed to be like the chosen one, like one of the main characters of like the
The
story. So
chosen
like
one. Yeah, it's cool seeing him learn it organically.
he's
Uh,
like born into like noble family. It's like good at magic.
yeah, but anyway, going back to the second arc, we could. So, what do you guys think of those, moments with him and her and the weird stuff?
Uh, I'm just glad there wasn't too much of it.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it wasn't anything new, honestly. Like compared to other anime that I've watched, like it wasn't anything super weird,
true.
you know.
I just never really liked that type of stuff in anime anyway. I don't watch a lot of anime that has that, and you know, it's not really a thing I, want to see, but I guess, yeah, that's just some stuff
I
you
mean,
see in anime.
everyone's seen an anime where the guy accidentally trips and somehow his hand like is on top of her breast, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that
Fire
didn't
Force.
happen here. Like there wasn't any,
But that was it was weird because it
fondling.
wasn't accidental perverted stuff. It was like kind of serious, awkward.
True. And he is like
Perverted.
a adult,
Yeah, and
I
he's
guess,
technically an adult, and
theoretically.
she's like
So
13, so like
that would be
it's
like
still really weird.
it's
Yeah.
like sexual misconduct.
Yeah. So that's wacky.
I mean, he did the kind of like he stripped Sylphie on accident because
Oh, okay.
he
Yeah.
thought
That
Okay,
wasn't
that he
as
thought he
weird
was a
to me.
boy.
That
Yeah.
that was, kind of fine. I was like, whatever. It's just one of those anime moments that happens.
Yeah,
But
I mean, I didn't have as much of a problem with that because like he thought Sylph was a boy, so like,
it was
and like a
more
lot of
the
boys,
like intentional stuff from the second arc
yeah.
yeah,
that was weird. And, I guess, yeah, I wish it wasn't in it, but yeah, it didn't last that long at least, and it wasn't the worst, the absolute worst. So
yeah,
hopefully, they refrain from a lot of that stuff later on.
Nah,
Hopefully,
there's
it gets
there's more to
mature.
come. There's more to come.
Wow.
yeah. About the second arc, I don't think I hated it as much as you guys because like, you guys watch it week by week, right?
Nah, I watched
Oh, you
it
don't?
Kind
the other
of.
day.
Like I caught up right when the second arc began, and then I basically watched the second arc in one go. I think because I waited a few
Okay.
weeks.
Yeah,
Uh,
I watched it right after episode 11 came out.
oh, okay, so
So
yeah, yeah, I did the same thing. So I just like watched the whole thing too. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's just I didn't really have as much of a problem with the second arc as you guys, I guess. It's just like fun to see like this like the whole world and everything because I think the
Mhm.
world is like a lot more detailed than most isekai worlds, which is just kind of like the same thing.
Yeah. Do we want to get into the third arc now? The final part.
The best arc.
When the weird thing happens, the plot begins. The whole you know, Demon King or something, big explosion thing happens. They wake up in a different spot and they start this like adventure, which, definitely got me intrigued. It was weird, but
Yeah,
it got me intrigued, and I liked it. Like the beginning of it.
I think the only problem I had with like the beginning of it was they're just like so chill with being teleported like miles away to a different kingdom during that storm. Like that's like how the whole arc starts, like where they're transported over to like the demon world or whatever. Just like wake up and they're like miles away and it's like so chill, like, oh yeah, we just woke up over here. Not freaking out or anything.
I think I think that's actually interesting because it kind of shows how inexperienced Rudius actually is, and that plays a part later in this arc where he thinks he has everything under control. He thinks he knows like how to handle this entire world, but he really hasn't gotten to those moments. And you can even see it in the second arc when the strong fighter girl comes to save him at nighttime from those thieves, and he's like, "You killed somebody," and he's like freaking out. And that happens more in this third arc where there's killing and stuff, and it's very different to him, and he's not prepared for it as much as he thought he was.
Yeah. But then like the girl didn't freak out at all either. I guess he's just like
Because she was,
ignorant. Like she doesn't.
I feel like it's more because she's, I don't know, maybe because she's been born in this world and she's more of a fighter anyway. Got the fighter spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the new character was kind of cool too. The super strong guy,
Yeah.
the one that he's not supposed to interact with, except then the guy in the sky like tells him, the like God or something like
he's
that.
God. Yeah, I was gonna talk about him. What do we think that storm was? Right? Like, was it like a? I don't think it was necessarily like a teleporter. I think it might have been like an actual like storm that could kill you, but maybe the God like transported those two away from it.
Maybe.
Because this God, I think the God is the one who like reincarnated him into this world, right? For some odd reason, right?
Yeah.
And there's like another question, like why him? Why the loser? Why choose the loser to save the day? Like we still don't know that.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to find out. I have no idea.
I
There may
remember.
not be a reason. It's an anime.
Could be like a Death Note where it's like, Light gets the Death Note and he thinks he's the chosen one, but even Ryuk tells him, like, no, you weren't chosen. It was literally just pure chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if like the God like reincarnated him or not. Because I think I remember like their conversation where he's like Rudius was like literally asking him like why did you like reincarnate me in this world if you're just gonna take it away? He's like I didn't reincarnate you in this world. Just like was natural or something like that. Or some other god did it.
Yeah, we don't really. Yeah, that stuff. I guess. I feel like a lot of that stuff's gonna be later on in the series. Keeping it mysterious. But anyway, what?
The God definitely does want him to live. Like he told him.
Yeah, because he was telling him the
wake
tip with the guy.
Yeah, he was like saying like be nice to the support guy.
He told him like 2 tips too. He told him another one.
One later in the series.
Yeah, it was like take the cat job, like find the cat.
Oh yeah, find the cat.
Yeah.
So.
And that's when he realizes how deadly this guy really is, right? When the demon killed the
Oh yeah, one of those 3 people in the squad.
Yeah.
Just because he was, trying to fight.
Yeah, because he like attacked Rudius and like the support guy has like this complex of like you can't harm kids.
I really liked the character and his relationship with Rudius and how they both kind of developed, and I thought that was a really good conclusion to this first season because in the beginning they're chill together, but they still don't really match up morally, but they don't know that until it comes down to it when those moments happen. And then by the end of the season, they're like, yeah, we got this, They like shake hands or they're like, yeah, let's do this. And I thought that was a really good resolution.
Yeah. I guess like my only problem with the support guy is like he just like kind of went out of his way to help the kids. Like he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like help these kids go back to their home. Like he has nothing else to do. Like he just gets up and like, okay, I'm gonna help these kids now.
Yeah, it seems kind of weird, but I'm pretty sure it's also Rudius wanting to stick with him because he was just trying to bring them back, but Rudius told him that he would be with him the entire time to try to help him, grow the respect for the superb,
Yeah.
So
you probably feel sorry for him.
I remember the support talking to like Roxy's family or something like that. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like take him all the way back home, which is like miles and miles away. So like,
yeah.
Oh well.
I mean, he doesn't have anything better to do, and it would probably help him with his respect. Him getting respect.
Yeah, I really liked his character though, like his whole like history and everything behind like the support stuff, and just like his whole like. I remember Eris like actually mentioned to him like the tsundere mentioned to him that like he was like going after these people for like being bad people or whatever. Like he's like killing them, whatever. And then she was like, "Hey, haven't you been bad before too?" And like he just like starts freaking out, like, "What the fuck? I've been bad too." And then like he's being a hypocrite or whatever because it's like killing people for like the littlest things when he's literally killed like a whole bunch of people before.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, he just has a totally different mindset than other people. He's always, clenching onto his weapons, ready to fight. And we didn't talk about it yet, but I really liked the last battle, the last big battle that happened with them going into the forest. And like I was saying earlier, how Rudy's doesn't really know. He wasn't really. He didn't know that he was not as prepared as he thought when they met the big snake in the forest. And he said, like, wait, it's fine. We can get them. Like, I feel like he was thinking more in a video game way, like to maximize our reputation, we wait a little
Yeah.
bit and then help them out and then they'll praise us more. But he didn't think of, the possibility of it actually killing them. He didn't really think about their lives at stake. Whereas the guy that kills and stuff, the superb guy was like, we gotta save them now. But
Yeah.
Rudy's was like, nah, this is like a video game. We gotta wait. Gotta get the monies.
Yeah. I really like that moment for VDS because like it showed like his
His
it
immaturity.
showed like yeah that and like his kind of development throughout the world because he says something about like how he's like taking advantage of the situation to like help increase their reputation, but then it's just like the person gets killed. Like he's like uh
And then he freaks out and stuff like that.
yeah he's like super selfish, like taking advantage for everything, and then just like yeah, and it's like a good moment.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with what he did. Like, I do the same thing, honestly. If I'm trying
Really?
to, yeah, if I'm trying to, like, increase my rep,
But
especially like they had like there was like a new clan. They're trying to increase their rep. They're already being laughed at. Like,
I mean, I agree with that, but I think that it's too much of a gamer point of view because just saving them in general would still get respect from them and could still give you you know, positive outcome. And it would reduce like someone actually dying.
but the
So,
thing is, he's already been in this world for like some odd years. This isn't his like first big fight, right?
I would say
I,
this is his first big fight because this is the
Yeah.
first one where somebody actually dies that he was held accountable for. So,
Yeah, because he's never actually fought before. He's just been like in his home or like in the kingdom, whatever, helping
I
train.
mean, he fought those two kidnappers.
yeah, but
Yeah, but
the
like
contrast is that he got saved and yeah, and even then he got scarred because he didn't end up resolving the situation. The strong fighter lady did, and then he was scarred by all the blood and like her killing them.
yeah,
So it was interesting to see him be put in that situation and him taking charge, and then he messes up, and then even the superb guy gets super mad, and I like how they eventually resolved it. And Rudius was like, "Okay, I'm gonna like try not to ever do that again." And superb guy's like, "I'm gonna be more chill now, not kill as much
yeah.
people." Yeah, I really enjoyed that moment though.
I enjoyed the moment that comes afterwards when they do eventually save those two other clan members who were fighting the snake, right? One of
Hmm.
them died. But once they find out, like later on, that the demon is like one of those really dangerous ones that kills and stuff, they were really scared,
The
right? Even
superb.
though,
Oh yeah,
yeah, even though he had saved them like the day before, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it
I
kind of
mean,
tells you, it
Because
kind of
everybody's
shows you
just
like
scared.
even if this guy does like bring two kids back to their home, like will they really be like forgive for what he uh,
No.
uh you know yeah, he probably won't, even though he like didn't do it apparently, like it was forced upon his people
Yeah, it's just
by
one of
the
those hard
by the guy in the
things
sky.
that you just have to, go through and do a bunch of acts of goodness and stuff like that, and eventually get that turned over. Yeah, it's super tragic how, if he's correct, how they were manipulated and the superb didn't actually want to slaughter people, including themselves.
yeah.
So yeah, we'll have to see how that turns out though. But
I
um,
just like the whole like history thing. They have like the whole superb like that whole backstory he like mentioned in like the tent or whatever. When he's like saying
mhm.
how they're being manipulated. And you never really see that much in Isekai where like they expand on like the history or like the world or anything. It's just kind of like the exact same setting in each one, and like oh they're gonna go defeat the demon lord or whatever, like game.
Mhm.
But there's like an actual world with like some like history behind it.
Yeah, I got some
And like,
world building there.
yeah,
I mean, ReZero has a very vast
true. ReZero's
history.
like the exception. Like it's like um probably the best isekai out there.
Mm. I'm excited to get on
Um,
that one.
yeah, but I also like how not just that, but like the whole like physical world of Mushoku Tensei is like unique too. It's like way more detailed than like most of the other isekai worlds I've seen. Like it's got deserts and shit and different tribes and different like races and stuff. Like you don't often see that. It's just like kind of like villages and stuff.
Yeah, they've been in a
I
lot
don't
of
know
different
about
areas.
that.
I normally think of Konosuba whenever I think of isekai, like that kind of setting.
Hmm.
Well, Konosuba is like different. Like they're both isekai, right? But one's a comedy and one's
Yeah,
more of a
isn't
Yeah.
that supposed
drama.
to be like
But like
ironic and satire towards
Yeah,
isekai?
it's supposed to be
yeah,
completely satire.
yeah. But like that's what I'm
Konosuba's,
saying. It's like that's like the standard isekai setting that a lot of them just tend to copy and paste. But like with Mushoku Tensei was a bit different. It's like got more to the world.
I mean, Shield Hero also, you travel like different continents and
Yeah.
like it's
I
not.
I feel like Mishoku hasn't gone crazy yet with the settings, but it will eventually. Like it's starting
Hmm.
to get there, but yeah, I think I remember seeing a scene where like he was on a ship in the sea or something like that, and he was older. Him slightly older looks kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Uh, but I,
Yeah.
I I'm hyped to like where they'll get. Right now, yeah, I haven't been like super impressed. It's just been like some villages and the desert area was cool and the spooky place was cool, but I feel like there's even more to come. Like there's better places to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that season 2 is coming out in just a few months. You know, it's gonna be more of the long running type, I guess. Even though it's super high quality, I hope they maintain that.
Hmm.
I mean, they were probably gonna release like both the parts together. Just Corona got it delayed, so they decided to just
Mm,
release half of it
that makes
now and
sense.
then the second half later on.
Yeah, for a 24 or if it ends up being like 24, 25 episodes for this season, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Considering the animation quality that there was, like oh my gosh, who was
I'm
actually
hoping next
making?
season we get to see some more of Roxy because like I think her and like some adventure people were like about to set off an adventure together. They got
Yeah,
towards the end, he like hinted out like some people who know Rudius's dad, um, probably like friends or like former like partners like when they were traveling.
Yeah, bring back Roxy. She's getting molested by that student of
God,
hers.
yeah.
Oh God.
I have a feeling that they'll eventually meet, soon, in the world just by coincidence, because a lot of that shit just ends up happening with them.
Hmm.
Not in
It's
the
an
worst
anime,
way, but
so
yeah, it's an
makes
anime. They'll
sense.
probably meet up somehow. Like, oh wow, you know?
And we still don't know a lot about the fortress in the sky. Um,
Yeah.
like the guy who controls the fortress is the one who allegedly caused the what's the do you guys know the name of the demon race that
The
was
demon god. Wait, I don't know.
like the super
Superb.
yeah, do you know
Mm.
what his like race is? There's like a name for it. But
The
like
green-haired
anyway,
people.
like yeah, the green haired people.
He
Like
was the
Yeah.
one that
anyway,
manipulated them.
yeah, he's the one who manipulated them, yeah, by giving them spears that made them like more aggressive or something, so they killed their own kind and children and all
Yeah.
that stuff. So we'll definitely be seeing more of him. So like he's considered a hero, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He is considered
obviously
a
gonna
good guy.
they're gonna go on a journey and find out some evidence on him, find some dirt on him, and uh, like
And kick his butt.
fix the
Hmm.
reputation of the green haired people.
That's
And
exciting.
before the third arc, remember the I think the white or gray haired guy that came in trying to kill
The lady,
Rudius.
the fighting girl,
No,
like right before
it
the
was a guy. Like remember the storm
with the
was
mask,
happening.
the guy with the mask.
Yeah, the guy with the mask, right? He's one of the henchmen for the guy in the sky.
Yeah, it
So
was kind of like a foreshadowing of
yeah,
Hmm.
the type of people that are there,
yeah. So
the
definitely
antagonists.
next season we're gonna be seeing a lot of that guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that guy and probably even the top guy.
He's
Um,
topic.
yeah. My overall thoughts of it though was I was very impressed with this isekai, it being the first one for me,
Hmm.
with the animation and the story, and yeah, I'm excited where it's gonna go for next season in a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out in July.
Yeah. You guys have any other closing remarks about it?
Um, cool action at the end.
Yep.
Oh, I did like the I mean, like, going back to the third arc, I did like the whole like scene with the adventure girl, the girl whose like friend dies during that whole fight. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm, no. Wait, the adventure girl? Are you talking about the one that was in the trio where the superb killed one of
Yeah,
them? And the
yeah.
one that got the cat
Um, the cat.
who
No,
were
not
catching the pets? Part of
no,
it.
not those ones. It's like the
The
kid.
nice ones that tried to recruit
Yeah,
and one of them ended
yeah,
up dying by the snake. Oh yeah, those
yeah, yeah,
that squad. Yeah, yeah, that squad was
yeah. Like,
interesting.
I like how the girl didn't like blame Eurydice and like his crew for that. Like, she was like very mature about it and just like was like trying to own up to it. Um like, she even said something about how like whenever she set out on adventure, like whenever she whenever they set out to become adventurers, they were like they accepted death. Like, they were like, oh yeah, we're probably gonna die.
Except the
And she wasn't.
possibility of death, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that was nice of the person, even though they were like sad and you could tell. Then they ended up, still breaking down and stuff. But
yeah.
I'd
it
be
was it
pissed.
was a nice thing. Yeah, yeah, it was
I'd be
very
pissed.
mature of those
They're trying, yeah.
young adventurers.
Hmm.
Those were good characters. Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's all I gotta say.
Oh, the music was good too. I forgot to bring that up. I love the OSTs and the opening. I like how it's unique and plays while different scenes are showing every episode. And then I
Yeah,
like the
it's
ending music as well. So.
yeah. The ending is really good. I really like how the opening is like fit into the show.
hmm
Um, mhm.
I like how when it shows the opening and every time the ending comes up, there's some nice settings and stuff for the world. Kind of shows more of it.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe future anime will adopt that style of like openings and endings instead of just having like their own like separate segment. To
I
just
I liked it
merge it
being
into the anime.
unique, but I do also like just the same theme coming up with the same, like the Jujutsu Kaisen ones. I thought were super cool, and I was fine just seeing the
Yeah,
same thing over and
I'm
over.
not sure I would like it when it's like mixed in with the show every time. Like, I kind of like having visuals to match the opening.
It makes it
It's
gets me a
probably
little more
cheaper.
hyped.
It's probably
But
cheaper to just merge it. What
true,
you don't have to like
yeah, you don't have to focus on like super high quality
animate a whole
opening.
new segment. Yeah,
Yeah, you just put some background filler
yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, it was interesting regardless though, and yeah, creative. I just hope it doesn't become like a normal thing, but it's fine
Mhm.
as long as it's with some, not all. Then yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Are we good then? Talking about Mushoku Tensei,
Yep.
the
Um,
isekai of the season.
yeah.
Yeah. So what would you guys rate it out of 10?
I'd
It's
give it a
either like
7.
a
Solid 7.
yeah. I kind of liked it a lot. I mean, I had a lot of criticisms about it, but regardless, I still really liked the whole all the characters. I thought they were very well written. And the story and everything is very unique and world. I'd probably give it like a high 8, low 9, more like high 8.
I would probably give it a like a high 7 at the moment. Like a really high 7, so like basically an 8.
Hmm.
Cuz yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I feel like it's going to get even better. So I can't wait for those parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy. Anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed this discussion on Mushoku Tensei. Hope you guys liked all the points we brought up. If you're listening to us on Spotify, we have a YouTube that shows our faces. And if you're on YouTube, we also have Spotify if you ever just want to hear our voices. And we also have a Twitter to keep up to date on stuff. So
Make sure to follow us if you want to see more of these Scuff podcasts.
Yep. If you like the video, please like it and check us out. Maybe give us a sub if you like us. And thank you guys for watching the video, and thank you, Kiyan, for being a guest again.
Of course.
Yeah. So we will see you guys on the next episode. Have a great day, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
あなただけ